Turkey is a nation of paradoxes, a country that straddles two continents. Its strategic location, spanning Europe and Asia, has endowed it with a pivotal role in global affairs. Yet Turkey's recent foreign policy moves have perplexed its allies in the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO, a military alliance it has been a part of since 1952. You see, Turkey's relationship with NATO has always been a complex and delicate one, marked by a constant balancing act between regional realities and global aspirations. While Turkey has been a loyal partner in supporting NATO missions, its recent decisions, such as buying the Russian S-400 missile defense system, have cast doubt on its alignment with the alliance's shared values and principles. This video will unravel the mysteries of Turkey's shifting strategy and its impact on NATO. We will examine the motivations behind Turkey's recent foreign policy choices, the challenges and consequences they create for the alliance, and the diplomatic efforts to mend the growing rift between Turkey and its NATO counterparts. We'll begin by looking at the historical context of Turkey's NATO membership, exploring the vital role it has played in regional alliances and defense. Then, we will take a closer look at the internal dynamics that shape Turkey's foreign policy, focusing on the rise of President Recep Tayyip Erdoğan and his assertive approach to regional affairs. In just a bit, we will discuss the implications of Turkey's military ties with Russia and China, its involvement in regional conflicts, and its potential to undermine NATO's strategic objectives. By the end of this video, you will have a deeper understanding of the intricacies of Turkey's shifting strategy and its implications for NATO, and you will be able to appreciate the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead in its critical alliance. Without further ado, let's dive in. Turkey, once a staunch NATO ally, has embarked on a perilous journey of strategic transformation, drifting away from its traditional Western partners and pursuing a path of regional dominance and assertive foreign policy. At the core of Turkey's strategic change lies a relentless quest for foreign policy independence, a desire to break free from the perceived shackles of the West. President Recep Tayyip Erdoğan, the mastermind of this new foreign policy doctrine, envisions Turkey as a regional power broker, a key player in shaping the geopolitical landscape of the Middle East and the Mediterranean. Here's the thing. Turkey's involvement in various conflicts has further fueled its divergence from traditional Western partners. Its intervention in Syria, its support for Azerbaijan in the Nagorno-Karabakh War, and its exploration of natural gas resources in the eastern Mediterranean have all sparked concerns about Turkey's disregard for international norms. But that's not all. The purchase of the Russian-made S-400 air defense system stands as a glaring symbol of Turkey's growing affinity with Russia, a move that has rattled NATO and raised questions about Turkey's commitment to the alliance's collective security. In a further display of its assertive foreign policy, Turkey has adamantly opposed the accession of Sweden and Finland to NATO, citing concerns over their alleged support for Kurdish militants. This move has further alienated its Western allies and highlighted Turkey's willingness to act independently, even at the cost of undermining the alliance's cohesion. But here's what's truly disturbing. Turkey's domestic priorities have also played a significant role in shaping its shifting strategy. The concentration of power under President Erdoğan, the deterioration of democratic institutions, and the suppression of dissent have created an environment conducive to an increasingly aggressive foreign policy. Turkey's perception of threats and opportunities has also changed, with the nation viewing itself as surrounded by hostile actors seeking to undermine its security and sovereignty. This perceived threat environment has driven Turkey's pursuit of military strength and its readiness to engage in regional power struggles. As Turkey continues to tread this treacherous path of strategic transformation, the international community watches with growing anxiety. The nation's departure from its traditional Western alignments and its embrace for a more aggressive foreign policy pose a significant threat to regional stability and global security. And as you'll later find out, the potential for further tensions cannot be ruled out as Turkey's actions continue to strain its ties with its Western partners. Now, the shock waves of Turkey's strategic transformation have shaken the foundation of NATO, sending the once unified alliance into turmoil. Turkey's assertive foreign policy and its growing affinity with Russia have exposed deep cracks within NATO, raising serious doubts about the alliance's cohesion and effectiveness. Turkey's acquisition of the Russian-made S-400 air defense system has dealt a severe blow to NATO's military capability and interoperability. The S-400 system is incompatible with NATO's existing air defense architecture, raising concerns about its potential to compromise the alliance's collective security. Even worse, Turkey's involvement in regional conflicts has also strained coordination and cooperation within NATO. Turkey's military intervention in Syria and its support for Azerbaijan in the Nagorno-Karabakh war have drawn criticism from NATO allies who view these actions as destabilizing and counterproductive. But this is what's truly worrying. Solidarity and trust among NATO allies have been eroded by Turkey's actions, creating a climate of suspicion and uncertainty within the alliance. Turkey's opposition to Sweden and Finland's accession to NATO further exemplifies its willingness to act unilaterally, even at the expense of alienating its closest partners. Turkey's divergence from NATO's shared values and norms has raised serious concerns about its commitment to the alliance's founding principles. Turkey's crackdown on dissent, its deterioration of democratic institutions, and its growing alignment with authoritarian regimes has undermined NATO's credibility as a defender of democracy and human rights. If you think that's disturbing, wait until you hear the next part. The Russia-Ukraine war has further exposed Turkey's divergent interests within NATO. While NATO allies have rallied in support of Ukraine, Turkey has maintained a more ambiguous stance, refusing to impose sanctions on Russia and even letting Russian oligarchs use their banking system. As if that's not enough, Turkey's disagreement over the role of NATO in the Middle East and North Africa has also created friction within the alliance. Turkey's support for various armed groups in the region and its intervention in Libya have clashed with NATO's efforts to promote stability and democracy in the region. The impact of Turkey's strategy on NATO's cohesion and effectiveness is undeniable. The alliance faces a crisis of unity and purpose as its members grapple with the challenges posed by Turkey's assertive foreign policy and its growing divergence from NATO's shared values and interests. While Turkey's shifting strategy has plunged the alliance into turmoil, NATO and its allies have embarked on a delicate diplomatic roller coaster, seeking to resolve the myriad of issues raised by Turkey's actions while preserving the alliance's unity and cohesion. This chapter explores the diplomatic efforts undertaken to bridge the widening rift between Turkey and its NATO counterparts, evaluating the effectiveness and feasibility of these initiatives. First of all, the NATO 2030 initiative, launched in 2021, aims to strengthen the alliance's political and military capabilities to address the evolving security landscape. This initiative has provided a platform for dialogue and cooperation between Turkey and its allies, fostering a sense of shared purpose and a collective vision for the future of NATO. The initiative has also addressed Turkey's concerns regarding NATO's role in the Middle East and North Africa and its support for various armed groups in the region. NATO and the European Union have strengthened their cooperation in recent years as well, recognizing the interconnectedness of security challenges facing both organizations. This enhanced cooperation has created opportunities to address Turkey's concerns within a broader framework, seeking common ground on issues of regional stability and counter-terrorism. The cooperation has also facilitated the coordination of military operations, such as the NATO-led Resolute Support Mission in Afghanistan and the EU-led Operation Sophia in the Mediterranean. But that's not all. The NATO-Russian Council, established in 1991, serves as a forum for dialogue and cooperation between NATO and Russia. While tensions between NATO and Russia have complicated this relationship, the Council remains a crucial platform for managing tensions and preventing miscalculations. The Council has also enabled the exchange of views on the crisis in Ukraine and the security implications of Turkey's acquisition of the S-400 air defense system. Here's the thing. The trilateral memorandum signed between Turkey, Finland, and Sweden in 2022 aimed to pave the way for Finland and Sweden's accession to NATO. The memorandum addressed Turkey's security concerns regarding Kurdish separatist groups and signaled a willingness to compromise. The memorandum also established a permanent joint mechanism to ensure the successful implementation of the agreement and to foster cooperation on security issues of common interest. The truth is that the path to reconciliation between Turkey and NATO remains a challenging endeavor. The diplomatic efforts undertaken thus far have laid the groundwork for dialogue and cooperation, but significant obstacles and opportunities lie ahead. The ability of both sides to engage in constructive dialogue, make compromises, and uphold shared values will determine the success of these efforts and the future of NATO's unity. As Turkey's relationship with NATO navigates a wild course, the future of the alliance remains at stake. This chapter delves into potential future outcomes, exploring the implications of Turkey's strategic choices and the factors that could shape the alliance's trajectory. We start with Scenario 1, where we assume Turkey undergoes a significant shift in its foreign policy, aligning more closely with NATO's values and objectives. The S-400 issue is resolved, and Turkey demonstrates a renewed commitment to collective defense. This scenario would restore NATO's unity and strengthen its ability to address common threats. Moving on to Scenario 2 is that Turkey's relationship with NATO remains a fragile balance of cooperation and friction. Turkey continues to pursue its own regional interest, but it also maintains a partial commitment to NATO, perhaps participating in some activities while opting out of others. This scenario would create challenges for NATO's decision-making and coordination, further hurting the restoration of the trust. Now, Scenario 3 is the worst. Contemplating Turkey's formal departure from NATO, this would represent a major blow to the alliance's credibility and capabilities, potentially triggering a chain reaction of disengagement among other members. It would also create a significant security vacuum in the region. In reality, the future of Turkey's relationship with NATO remains uncertain, with the potential for full integration, disengagement, or even departure from the alliance. The factors that will shape this trajectory include the outcome of the Russia-Ukraine war, the evolution of Turkey's domestic politics, changes in the regional and global environment, and the preferences and expectations of the Turkish and NATO publics. As Turkey and NATO stand at this crossroad, the implications for regional and global security are profound. A united and effective NATO is crucial for maintaining stability in a world facing complex and interconnected challenges. However, the departure of unity within the alliance, caused in part by Turkey's actions, poses a significant threat to its ability to fulfill its mission. It's imperative that Turkey and NATO engage in a serious and constructive dialogue to address the challenges raised by Turkey's strategic transformation. Both sides must demonstrate a willingness to compromise and uphold shared values if they are to preserve the alliance's unity and effectiveness. The future of NATO and the security of its member states depend on it. If you're still watching, thank you for your attention, and please subscribe to our channel. We encourage you to continue exploring the complexities of Turkey's relationship with NATO and comment below what you think about the future of the alliance. Your contribution is essential to shaping a more secure and stable world.